My name is Nick. I started Nick's Electronics Repair about 10 years ago, and since then we have fixed over 25,000 devices. In today's video, we're going to be fixing a QNAP server unit. This one is model number TS-853U-RP, and when I power it on, we do have power, it turns on, but all of my HDD lights are red. Additionally, the unit will actually not boot up all the way, and we cannot find it on the network. So let's open it up and find out why. We're going to start by unscrewing the back screws and sliding the cover off. And now we've exposed the motherboard. We can remove our fans. Now, the most common reason these motherboards fail is due to the CPU. The CPU over time will start failing and the clock line will go out of spec. So in order to fix it, we will need to replace this processor. Let's go ahead and disconnect the other wires. And let's remove the motherboard. Next, we'll need to flip the unit over. Now we can flip the unit back over and slide the circuit board out. If you're interested in sending in your QNAP server for us to fix, we'll have links to our flat rate services, and that'll be in the description down below. All right, let's bring our motherboard to the bench for preparation for the CPU replacement. In order to get the motherboard prep, we're going to need to remove the DOM, the heatsink, the RAM stick, as well as the battery. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and cover some of the plastics that are a little more sensitive and might melt due to the high heat of the rework machine. Now, this is the original processor, and it is part number SR1UT. I'm going to remove the paste here. We're actually going to give it a quick little clean so that we have a nice flat clean surface for our grabbing tool to be able to grab the processor once we reach the solder's melting point. Okay, now I'm going to pass the board over to my tech Juan for the CPU replacement.
Out of order there.
Now that the motherboard has had time to cool, we can go ahead and remove all of our tape. We'll go ahead and install the DOM back in. Same with our RAM. And for the CMOS battery, we're actually going to take the opportunity to replace it with a brand new one. And before we put the heatsink back on, we're actually going to remove all the old thermal paste and put some fresh high-end thermal paste instead. Today we're going to be using the MX-4 thermal compound. And now we can go ahead and put our heatsink back on. All right, let's go live test it in the machine and make sure everything works. The motherboard is installed back into the unit. Let's power it on and see what we get. And we did get a quick red flash from the HDD lights, but then they did go away, which is what we want to see. So now let's wait a few minutes for the unit to boot. All right, it looks like the unit booted up all the way. Let's make sure that it is detectable on the network. All right, it does look like our unit is detectable on the network. And I don't have a hard drive in there right now, so let's go ahead and put one in. Okay, and it is detecting it. All right, we're not going to go through the whole setup process. So this does complete our repair for this QNAP device. If you found the video helpful or useful, make sure to leave us a like, subscribe for more content, and thank you for watching.